I'm going to be the first to say I have played into that as well. Unfortunately, I said before, the park brings out the best and the worst in people sometimes. And one of the worst aspects it brings is a gladiatorial kind of...
كن سعيدا كن فريدا عش بفخر في الحياة.
I have been intimidated and threatened.
Okay.
So if I have, it can happen to someone else.
Okay.
It's not a one-off. It will happen to someone else if it's happened to me.
But 95% of the Muslims that come here don't threaten people.
No, I've said it like 50
okay,
times.
So you're saying it can happen to someone else? Is it happening consistently to people that they're getting threatened when they come to this park?
I think that some people feel like they can't say certain things.
No.
And if they do, they will feel like they're going to...
But they are saying it every week.
No, some people don't.
Excuse me. Are there a number of people that come to this park every week and insult Muhammad?
There are people here that have got a lot of guts and they do.
Exactly.
I don't agree with what they say.
Hold on.
But they've got a lot of guts to say.
So there's people that come here every week and insult the Prophet.
There's some people that are too afraid to
listen.
do.
There's people that come every week, whether it be Godwin, whether it be Hussain and Lizzie, whether it be what's the other one? There's a whole bunch of other Christian missionaries. Every week they come and say Prophet Muhammad was a false prophet. He was a misogynist. Every week it's on videotape.
Yeah, I know. I watched them.
Every week they've been doing it for 30 years. Lizzie hasn't been knocked out yet. Like Godwin ain't been uppercut yet. They've been coming here every week. So what I'm trying to say to you, it's a myth and it's a fabrication. Yeah, that every week people that insult the Prophet and insult Islam are getting threatened and attacked. It's a myth. It's a lie.
I didn't say there was there's a sense of intimidation.
You're giving Lizzie and Hussain are not intimidated.
Yeah, but they got...
Excuse me, what? They got bodyguards, yes?
What I'm saying, like, all I'm going to say to
Hussain are women, Hussain's a woman, and Lizzie's a woman.
They probably know, as women, that no man's going to go up to them and punch them in the face.
Why? If we're terrorists, why? Listen.
I don't think you're terrorists.
So these Muslims that are...
I don't think you're terrorists.
Are you telling me that a Muslim's going to punch someone for insulting the Prophet is going to care whether she's a woman or female?
I think they would.
Why? Their conscience.
Most men.
Most
men, if it's a woman saying something, I'd have a threshold which is so much higher. Like
so you're saying there's people, yeah? If you insult the Prophet, they're gonna hit you in the face. But if you insult the Prophet and you're a woman, they're not gonna hit you in the face.
Well, I hope there are people like that.
So you're saying these guys have consciences, yes?
Well, of course they do. They must have.
What?
They're not evil barbarians.
No, the reality is, Hussain and Lizzie don't come here fearful that they're gonna get hurt.
So you're telling me if a man says something to you, and a woman says
I don't go around
something to
punch.
you, but I'm just saying to you, if a man says something to you, would you not be more
I'm saying to you,
quicker than a woman?
I'm saying to you, Godwin, yeah, Lizzie, Hussain, all the rest of the Beth, who's the other Christian missionaries? Jay Smith. All these guys, they come to this park, no bodyguards, no young guys to protect them, and they, in detail, talk about how the Prophet, peace be upon him, is misogynist, is a misogynist,
talking about you.
And so forth, yes? So what I'm trying to... Yes, she's right behind me. If she thinks I'm going to hit her, why would she be near me?
I didn't say... So, I said to you,
okay,
you're less likely to hit a woman.
Okay, Raj, I'm just trying to say to you...
words into my mouth.
Raj, maybe unintentionally, yeah? Like I said, I ain't got an issue with you.
I think most men would not hit a woman.
No, but Raj, you're making out that these people are emotionally unstable. If they're emotionally unstable and they're hitting people because they're insulting the Prophet, they're going to hit whatever it is.
You can be emotionally unstable and still have some sense of morality.
So you're saying that these guys are not that bad, they're okay. They will hit you.
I've known guys here. I've known guys here that are criminals, but they still have an ethic of not hitting kids or not hitting women. But they have no trouble going up to someone and beating a guy. So even a really bad, corrupt person can have a sense of morality. It may not be your morality. Yeah, and you may not agree with it, but they have a sense of morality when it comes to women.
So you're saying that every week these Muslims, all I'm trying to say to you, Raj, you're creating a image, yes, and that if you're not Muslim and you're going to come to this park, that you are going to get hurt.
Am I creating a hostile environment?
That I believe so. I believe so.
Because I'm talking.
I don't believe you're creating a hostile environment. I don't believe you're creating
I'm talking.
No.
And see what you say.
I don't believe you're creating a hostile environment. I'm saying you're portraying an image that if you're not Muslim and you come down to this park, yes, you come to this park, you may get attacked if you open your mouth about Muhammad. I'm saying that's false.
I didn't say that. I've never badmouthed the Prophet Muhammad.
What?
Reason being is because I don't want people to badmouth my gurus.
Okay.
So I've never stooped to even to that level. I just said something against a man who had threatened me, and then I retaliated.
Okay.
And I even regret saying it. And so instead of coming up to a man like a man and going, look man, why did you say that? Are you going to apologize? No, it was straight violence. There was no middle ground.
Bro,
and it happened
look,
to me.
I had two things. I've had two altercations with Sarah and with Kalam.
Yeah.
If I was to say, if you come down the park, be careful because the chemists might attack you, that would be a lie.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No,
but if I keep on coming down every week and saying, oh, why did Sarah come down with this and that? Why did like, if I kept on going on about it, yes, it would give people that come, like, for example, even the thing that happened with Sarah, it wasn't that big. It wasn't a big thing, but a lot of people outside the park got the image that there's fights always kicking off in the speaker's corner. Yeah? And one of the fights didn't actually happen in there, all with me and the Kalam situation. And two, it's just when that goes out, more than the civil debates and the civil talks.
Hussain, can I say something? Let's cut the conversation.
I will cut it.
Have a conversation.
No, we're gonna have that with Leon.
Have a conversation with Shamsi later about something else.
Okay, no problem.
I wouldn't mind you being involved as well.
What I'm trying to say to you is this. The point I'm trying to say to you, we're kind, but all I'm trying to say to you is that, look, there's many times in a park that we have civil talks, yeah? We get on well, we have nice discussions, yes? Those talks get very few views, yes? Like me and you've had about 3 or 2 talks, yes? The ones where they're calm, we're like, maybe we disagree, but we do it in a manner that is not disrespectful, rude. They don't get no views. When the fights, when all that happens is the fights get out, it gives the wrong impression. People think speakers callers, there's always a fight. There's always a fight between chemics and Muslims or Christians. That's not the reality.
I'm going to be the first to say I have played into that as well. Unfortunately, I said before, the park brings out the best and the worst in people sometimes. And one of the worst aspects it brings is a gladiatorial kind of us and them kind of situation. I don't like that myself. And I said that even before all of these threats happened, the first thing I said to Muhammad Hamid, and he can verify, when I first walked into the park, that I want to kind of like, let's not have it as a playground like situation where everyone's fighting and arguing and threats and this. But unfortunately, it escalated straight away.
Okay, but what I was trying to say to you is that, look, your interaction with most Muslims, apart from the 2 you mentioned, is a positive one. That's what I'm trying to say, but people don't hear that. So what I'm just saying...
I've said it on camera.
No, but what I'm just saying is that you come to this park and you interact with many different Muslims, yes? And you have conversations. Sometimes you just talk, small talk. Sometimes you have debates. But your general interactions with Muslims is not a tense one. But the problem is that most of the times when you're on camera, it's not about that. So people are not seeing the other like 90% of conversations you're having.
Yeah, I keep on saying that on camera that my views have changed over the last few months. That I originally thought it was like maybe 90% of Muslims were like in favour of terrorism. Now I know that 90% are good and it's like 5% that are bad. Yeah. So I've had a big mind change. But when I start getting physically threatened, my kind of heart, which is softened, starts hardening again.
But you can't take your personal frictions and project it onto, because to be honest, in this part now, there's atheists, there's homosexuals, there's liberals, there's communists, there's Muslims, there's Jews, there's Christians, and there's no big. There's no gang. Okay, if you're Muslim, you can't go over that section. If you're Christian, you can't go over that section. If you're gay or you're atheist, you can't go. It doesn't exist.
I'm only a human being. I have faults myself, and one of my faults is that I can quickly kind of get to anger and condemn people. One of the things is why I want to talk to Shamsi, because I like him. I think he's a great guy, and chat to you guys about Islam in a more productive fashion, because all that ever comes out on the videos is me kind of like either bashing Islam or having an argument with somebody. I'm a very serious person in real life.
Yeah, no.
A very serious person. When I come to the park, I joke to kind of get people's defences down. It's a way of being able to say something in a jokey way and still get away with it. But in real life, I'm deadly serious.
You know what
I would like to start talking about more serious.
We need to get rid of ignorance. You know, when 9/11 happened, even though it's not part of our religion, even though it's not part of our religion, the first people to be attacked, some of the first people to be attacked on 9/11 were Sikhs.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know that?
To get killed.
Okay, Why was that? Because people look at people if they saw you, yeah, they wouldn't know the difference between a Sikh
this is one of the reasons that I'm quite. People say, why do you care so much? What they don't understand, when I walk around like this,
people see you as a Muslim.
They just see me as a Muslim. So for me, I get quite annoyed. It's like, I'll give the analogy of like having a brother who looks just like you, and he's doing something wrong, and then you're always mistaken for it. You can get annoyed after a bit. And the first person to be killed after 9/11 was a Sikh.
Yeah.
So Sikhs have a legitimate right to be a bit annoyed and question what's going on.
Yeah, but the problem is
when I wear a turban and something happens, I'm stared at just as much as you.
Yeah, but the problem is that people. Let me give you an example. There's a reason for this misconception. For example, a lot of people just go to work and watch the news and they trust it, yeah? For example, you heard of Anjem Charji, yeah?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Anjem Charji for the last 10 years, yeah? Every time a situation happened, how you doing? Okay? For the last 10 years, every time a situation happened, a bomb went off or blast went off somewhere, straight as it happened, on all these channels, ITV, BBC, the news channels, automatically Anjem Charji will come in. He has a beard, he wears Islamic phobe, this, that and the other. You know, he's got Islamic hat, and he's speaking about Islam. And he's saying, we're going to bring Sharia to this country, we're going to force your wife to wear niqab or burqa, this, that and the other.
They're the Khawarij, aren't they?
Huh?
They're the Khawarij.
Yeah, Khawarij, yeah.
See, this is what I talk about today.
I'm going to explain
because
to you.
Shamsi spoke to me and I started looking into it.
Yeah, no problem.
And so it started to make sense to me who these guys are.
And I'm going to speak to you about all the whole thing about Salafi and this, that.
Now let's talk about the Khawarij with Shamsi, because it's very important that people understand who these people are.
Okay, definitely.
I've never heard of it until last week.
Okay, I'm trying to explain now, yeah? So what happened is that you had people like Anjem Charji. Every time something happened, for some reason, they will make him be the spokesman. And because he's got a beard, because he's got Islamic hat, he's wearing Islamic clothing, people saw, whenever something happened, they saw him. And he would say, I'm going to bring Sharia to this country. We're going to force your women to wear niqab. We're going to force you to follow Islamic law. Now the question is that, why was this guy put on TV?
It's good TV, that's why.
No, but why? Like, you must have a criteria for why you choose someone to put him on TV.
Yeah, I mean, he's the ideal boogeyman.
This person,
bad guy.
If you were to say he's that, oh, a lot of people support him. No, he didn't. Anjem Charji, he didn't even have a mosque, a masjid. Like, he never even had a mosque, so it can't be that so many people supported him.
Well, let me say something, because I saw a video of him going to a mosque and he was chased out.
Yeah, of course. But what I'm trying to say to you is that he was put as our spokesman.
Yeah.
Now the whole thing is that us Muslims, we don't, on the main news channel, we don't own any news stations, yeah? So what happens if he's on ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, whatever channels they have now, I don't know what, I don't watch normal TV, I go online, yeah? If every time something happens, he comes on TV, he says, I'm going to put Sharia over you, I'm going to force your women to wear niqab, we're going to ban alcohol and all this stuff. Obviously, if you're just a 9 to 5 working person, a plumber, plaster, you're working at the city, IT, whatever you, and then you come home, and then a bomb's just gone off, yes? And then you see a guy with a beard, a hat, and so forth, talking about they're going to put Sharia over this. I would get angry. But the problem is why did all these channels, ITV, BBC, choose him and put him on? He didn't have, it wasn't like he had a lot of support. He didn't even have his own mosque. He didn't even speak Arabic. So why was he made the spokesman for what we're saying? And the problem is you have the average normal...
Are you asking me or are you giving me kind of a...
It's a rhetorical question, yes? So what I'm trying to say to you is you have the average Englishman, especially white English, hold on. Especially white English people. Working hard, yes? Coming back from uni or work, yes? Sitting down with their family or whatever, well, not family, people don't sit there with their families no more, but watching the news. And then a bearded guy with a hat and so forth. And a lot of people, they don't actually mix with Muslims. Yes? So what happened is this is the only real contact they got with a practicing Muslim, or the image of a practicing Muslim. And he's saying, I'm going to put Sharia on this country. This bomb that happened, it was a good thing. 9/11 was a good thing. 7/7 was a good thing. Naturally, you're going to hate me. So the question is that why did these people choose this person to go on and for 10 years allow him to speak about jihad and that? When there was many people that said would have told you...
Is this still a rhetorical question or are you going to answer?
I'm going to end now, yeah? And then you can speak. Why was he put on when there was many people, who come on and say, look, first of all, suicide bombing. In Islam, we're not even allowed tattoos, yes? Even a small tattoos because it's the face on your body, yes? So if tattoos are not allowed, then how can we pray 5 times a day and blow our house so far? According to the Quran,
suicide is forbidden in Islam.
yes. So what I'm trying to say to you, why did you? They intentionally chose him for a reason. Now the problem is that we don't own any of these big channels. So the non-Muslims, especially, and I'm not being racist, white non-Muslims, who see this man with a beard and a hat and this, that, talking about Sharia and this, that, and the other and so forth. Naturally, you're gonna hate him because you're thinking, who the hell are you?
Happened to me.
You're gonna think, who the hell are
this is
you?
what happened to me.
Okay, but what? How can we solve that? We can't solve. We can't get on and on of these.
And I'm gonna give you my story.
I'm gonna explain to you why I believe this was done. Yeah.
But you're gonna give me a chance to talk though.
Yeah, definitely. I'm explaining to you why the hostility is built up and why you believe this term Salafi or Wahhabi and all this.
I've changed my mind on that.
No, but I'm telling you why the general people, if you say the word Salafi, Wahhabi, whatever.
I want to ask you a question now because hold on, I need to put this in there.
Definitely, Roger.
The word Khawarij I've never heard of it before.
I know.
But what I'm trying to say to you is that why, if you know there's a deviant sect that is doing all this stuff, no one knows about it.
They
I've never
do.
heard of it.
They do.
But mainstream pub, I've never heard of it.
Okay, but that's the problem.
I've
Okay, but I tell you why. The mainstream channels that you watch for your news, yes, they're not owned by us, are they?
Are you watching it to YouTube
No.
channels?
What I'm trying to say.
Ali Dawa.
No,
yourself?
look. First of
I've
all,
never heard the word
look.
before.
What I'm trying to, hold on, please, hold on. What I'm trying to say to you, is this: we don't own ITV channel, this, that, and the other, and so forth. Yes. So when these channels were putting out this, and remember at 9/11/77, YouTube and all these things are very new. But to have like audience like ITV and Channel 4 and that, we can't interject, can we? They choose who comes on and who doesn't comes off, yes? And obviously, if you just see this man on TV talking about this stuff, you're gonna get angry. I would if I was an English person, and all I saw is this bearded guy who looks like a practicing Muslim talking about they're gonna force Sharia on. But the thing is, yes, on our own, I can show you from 10 years ago, we did conferences against terrorism, talking about killing innocent people and all this stuff. So what I'm trying to say to you, we were doing it. But we were doing it on our own.
I watched a conference with Ali Dawa, some other Salafis, and they were doing a prop. Like one group was pretending to be ISIS, and the other group was just having an argument against them. So I know the Salafis have been against ISIS.
Right, look, what I'm just saying to you, even before, long time before this, I'm talking about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, before there was all these YouTube channels and stuff like this. What I'm trying to say to you is that we've always been speaking against we have always been speaking about extremism, terrorism. In fact, Bin Laden was thrown out of Saudi Arabia. Do you know that? Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you is that we've always been doing it. But the whole thing is, you're not going to hear it unless someone puts it on the main channels. Yes? And this is the problem. They kept on typecasting people who call themselves Salafi or Wahhabi and so forth. Why? The whole thing is this. If you allow Muslims who are Orthodox Muslims to come on TV and speak, they like us for one reason, yes? Because we follow Orthodox Islam, so they know that we speak out against terrorism, we speak about like the dawah of the Prophet wasn't bringing Islamic Sharia, over non-Muslim countries. He never did that. When he gave that to people, he told people to worship God alone, not to worship men, statues, animals, and this and that. So all these groups, Al-Muhajirun, Hizb ut-Tahrir, all these guys, they called to politics and forcing Sharia over a non-Muslim country. This wasn't the dawah of the Prophet. The Prophet called to 13 years of not worshipping, praying to men, not praying to women, not praying to idols, not having good luck charms. This is what Islam is about. You know what I'm saying, and so forth. So what I'm trying to say to you, they like us because we're against terrorism. The Orthodox Muslims, Salafis, Sunnis, whatever, they like us because we're against trying to bring Sharia to this country. But they dislike us. They won't put us on TV because there's certain other things that we disagree with. For example, this whole country is based on interest, yes? One of the major sins, and the term Salaf, because when you hear Salafi or Wahhabi, let me just clear up the term Salaf, And I'm going to do it properly with content over everything when we get time, The term Salaf refers to the first 3 generations. The companions, the Tabi'in, and Atba' Tabi'in.
Abu Bakr and all.
Yeah, so basically, when someone claims to be Sunni, they claim to follow the Sunnah, the Prophet's Sunnah, his sayings, his actions, his way of life.
Is Ali included in there?
Yeah, he's a companion. Ali is a companion. The Salaf are the first generation that met the Prophet, lived with him and so forth, the companions and the people that studied under him and so forth. Now, The reason why they won't put us on the TV, yes, they agree we're against terrorism. They agree that we're against that our call is not bringing shower to this country. But certain things, even though this is a democracy, they don't like us for. For example, one of the major sins in Islam is interest, yes? For example, in this country, the purpose of life, for you to make it in this life, or the purpose of life, they tell you in a capitalist, democratic country, is for you to get your house, yes? Driveway, big garden, you've made it, yeah? This is the English dream, yes? That you've made it when you get this house, nice house, big garden, this, that, and the other. How do you do that? No one's got the money to buy it outright. So you're gonna have to get a mortgage.
If I'm moving my legs, I'm just my
legs. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm not dancing or anything.
Yeah. So the thing is this: for you to make it, or to live the democratic life, or to be Western civilization, you have to get this big house. No one's got the money to buy it outrightly. Yeah. So you're gonna have to get a mortgage. Yes. Okay. As Muslims, we don't believe in mortgage because it's interest. Yes. Now, and most people now, whether you've got degrees or not, most people are not gonna make it. Yeah. Because the whole thing is that, like, for example, Muslims, we don't deal with mortgage. It's forbidden in our religion, yes? Because it's basically a scam, yes? The interest and the amount of the house price and so forth. So the whole thing is this, that Muslims are against interest, yes? So they don't like that, yeah? Muslims rent, yeah? And so forth. Maybe they save up for a home, a country, abroad or somewhere else. And most Muslims are not going to get a mortgage because interest is a big sin. They say it's like having sex with your mother in the Kaaba. This is how bad it is, yeah? Yeah. Because interest on a lot of things, you're paying for something all the time.
I know you have your own banks that give out mortgages without interest.
But a lot of them are just a mortgage with a different name on.
All right.
Yeah?
So they still have interest?
Yes.
So how do you as a Muslim buy it?
I don't, we rent.
Is there such a thing as a Sharia compliant mortgage?
They say there is. I would say is that I'm not going to speak on behalf of all of them because I haven't looked into them. But some of them have turned out to be mortgage, but just with a different name on it.
But do you think that's impractical though in the long run?
What's it depends what's more important to you.
No, it's not impractical, it's immoral.
No,
right?
no. What I'm trying to say. Hold on. It depends what's more important to you. Whether doing something that's haram to fit in with society. Because the reality is now, even most people with degrees can't get a mortgage because they can't get a job, and the credit rate is even people who have made it by going to university, a lot of them can't get a house. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say to you, they don't like we're against interest. They don't like it because Muslims we're not supposed to smoke and drink. Yeah. The government, they make a lot of money.
Does it take you out the fold of Islam if you do take interest?
No, if you know, it's a sin.
Oh, it's a sin.
It's a sin. You're still Muslim, but it's a sin.
I bet you just.
Also, Muslims don't believe in drinking alcohol.
Oh yeah, same here.
And smoking, yes?
I don't drink, terrible. I drank for like 10 years. And
so what is that they won't put a Salafi on TV because, and I'm going to be honest with you, in Islam, Orthodox Muslims, we're against interest, yes? We're against smoking, we're against alcohol. Also, the government, they make a lot of money from tax from alcohol and cigarettes, yeah? And also they don't like our way of life because Muslims, we generally don't go to the club.
A lot of Muslims smoke though.
Yeah, it's haram.
Is that haram? I didn't know.
Of course it's haram, it's suicide.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But the thing is what I'm trying to say to you, so they won't put, the reason why they won't put a Salafi, or a Sunni, Orthodox Sunni Muslim on TV is because yes, we speak about terrorism from the proof from the Quran and the Sunnah and so forth, and explain to you from the Quran and Sunnah like I'm explaining to you. If tattoos are haram, how can you blow your whole self up? If you can't even get a little tattoo, how can you blow your whole self up?
Well, I've always said this, even when I was in my most extreme views, that I never understood. Remember I said I did go to an extreme view. When I was by myself and I was watching the news, I wasn't interacting with people, so I was just getting like negativity. When I've come down there, I've softened my views. Because I'm starting to understand what the issue is, and it's the Khawarij, or you don't call it Khawarij, who don't, because suicide like in all religions is completely forbidden.
Yeah, the reason.
And so when someone's committing suicide, they must know themselves that they're not going to go to heaven by doing that.
What happens? So the reason why they won't put a Salafi on TV is because, for example, us as Muslims, we're very conservative. Yes, we don't smoke, we don't drink, we don't go clubbing, and this, that, and the other, so forth. So what happens is that, and also they don't like things like hijab. They don't like it. So that's why they put someone like Naweed. Yeah, they either put one extreme on, either Anjib Chowdhury, but they've run him up now and used him for 10 years. They cause friction between me and the Muslims, the practicing Muslims, and the average non-Muslim public, and they've used him, but there come a time when it got too far, where now they've had to put him in jail. Now they've put another extreme. They put Norwegian.
I know Majid was.
Now they put Norwegian Mudge.
When he was an extremist, he threatened to another person that threatened to kill me. Around 20, yeah, he threatened to kill me at my college. He was with his Tahir then.
Yeah, but now,
I'm used to
but
it,
look,
man.
now they put Norwegian Noirs on there.
Gone way, all the
No,
way
but now,
I think he's not Muslim.
No, I'm not gonna say. Look, but the point I'm trying to say to you is this. Now they've
But
got.
do you think he's Muslim though? Because when I listen to him, he sounds like an agnostic.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I don't want to make tax fair.
No,
This is what the Qur'an. This is what the tax fairies do.
Muslim by culture,
What I'm trying to say to you, look, now they've got Norwegian Noirs on, yeah? Now, this is the thing. Now, the problem is he's the complete opposite to them. Because now, look, how can you have a representative? He's on LBC. This is not no little thing. He's on LBC. Norwegian Noirs, he went to a strip club. It's known, yeah? Like, I don't care how much little information about Islam, you know that it's haram for a Muslim to go to a strip club, yes? Okay. Now he went there. He said, "Yeah, I went there. My friend was having a marriage. He went for a stag."
And when was this though?
This was a while ago, yes. But the thing is that he said there's nothing wrong with it. He said he went to a strip club because one of his mates was having a stag do, yeah. And you know in Islam we don't have this thing where you go and see a stripper and the night before you get married, yeah. It's haram. But the thing is, the media know this. They put him on, and now Norwegian was. It's bad because. He says everything is allowed.
So let me ask.
Let me
just say, I've seen like someone explaining. You have one extreme,
yeah,
which is so out of the fold of Islam, and it's an extremism. Muslims see that as an extremism as well,
yeah,
in a way, because you're literally saying that everything that God has said is like we're not listening to it. Then you have the other extreme, which is the Qur'an.
Kill anyone for anything.
You don't call in the Qur'an,
yeah,
which is somebody that looks ultra religious.
Yes.
They pray so much that they've lost all kind of like a sense of reality.
They're too emotional.
Yeah, so they're just thinking about the rituals and not really thinking about the compassion and how to behave.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just like
emotional.
Yeah, so they're just
freaks.
doing the numbers and
yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah. And the thing is this. So you got Norwegian. He is our spokesman. Now he's seen as a spokesman.
Do you think he's your spokesman?
Well, he's on LBC. Why is he on there?
But he does say that he's a very moderate Muslim. So he gets a lot of
but moderate in his terms means open-minded. When he says moderate Muslims, he's saying, look, these other guys are extremists. Yeah. I'm a moderate Muslim.
I actually don't think he's Muslim.
No, you don't.
But I can say it.
You don't.
When I listen to what he says, and I've known him from before, and I remember how religious he was and how fanatical, I don't think he's Muslim now. He says he's Muslim, but he's more agnostic. Just by the way he talks.
But the point I'm trying to say to you, look, how could the new LBC choose him? Because people are asking him questions about Islam.
Yeah.
But the point is this. They put him on LBC. Why? As a spokesman for Jewish people or atheists? No. He's a spokesman for Muslims. And they know that this guy, he went to a strip club. Now, we know that Orthodox Muslims, they don't go to strip clubs, yeah? And the whole thing is this. So the whole point is this. But the problem is this. Muslims don't listen to Norwegians. Don't listen to him anyway. No. It might be pleasing for the non-Muslim women for him to say, look, homosexuality, and look, just because you disagree with homosexuality, doesn't mean you have to treat them as less citizens, yeah? It's clear in any of the three books, Judaism, Christianity or Islam, it says homosexuality is wrong, yes? But the problem with that guy is this. What he's saying is pleasing to Muslims. Drinking is okay in Islam, guys, strip clubs, transgender, all this stuff. It's going to be okay for non-Muslims because that's what they want to hear. But the average practicing Muslim that pray 5 times a day, no one listens to him. So the whole thing, if you really want to combat ISIS, using him is not going to work. Because the Muslims because ISIS will say, look, non-Muslims, they bomb, they kill innocent women and children in Palestine. True. They've done Iraq for resources and they killed innocent people. True. Afghanistan, same thing, yeah? So the whole thing is, if you're a normal Muslim, you're going to say, true, yeah, it's true. Non-Muslims do kill non-Muslim governments and Western governments do kill our babies and this, that and the other over resources and so forth and that. Okay, now Norwegian speaking to the average Muslim, they're not listening to him anyway because he believes homosexuality is right, interest is right, everything is halal apart from maybe murder and rape, yeah? So they already don't listen to him, yeah? Non-Muslims will like him because he's saying, yes, we've got a liberal Muslim, he's open-minded, he's living in 2017, he's a nice Muslim because he agrees with everything I agree with. Okay.
But don't you think that's, in a way, it does bridge a gap between, you know,
Who's he bridging? He's not bridging. Look,
because you can't have one side that, you know, believes in one thing and another side, but you need someone in the middle.
No, what I'm saying,
to get the two communities to be able to talk.
But the reality,
and he's like a middleman.
Okay, look, transgender issues. Yes. For example, the majority of Muslims believe it's wrong. Yeah. That's the reality. The majority of practicing Christians don't believe transgender, and Jewish people, they don't believe it's right. So if you're talking about a screen you want to give to the non-Muslims, look, just because you're conservative, Salafi, Sunni Muslim, doesn't mean you're going to be a terrorist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I've never said that.
Yeah? For example, Jews don't integrate a damn, financially or socially. But it doesn't mean that they're going to kill a non-Jew. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say to you, look, I disagree with homosexuals, yeah? But in my workplace, there's the homosexuals there. I don't get a knife and chop off their head after work, yeah? Okay, so the whole thing is I mix with them. I don't treat them down. I don't talk down to them, yeah? Or say, oh, you sodomite, when I'm working with them. They do things that they disagree with. Just like I know certain non-Muslims and Muslims that smoke weed, go clubbing and raving and sleep around. That's a major sin in my religion. But those guys, like my ex-friends or non-Muslims that
I'm trying to say it's a major sin in Sikh religion as well.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that I know guys that go around, they rob for people. Well, I don't know them now because I don't hang around with them. But I know if I'm giving dawah to people on the street, they're coming from a certain lifestyle. Smoking weed is normal. You know what I'm saying? Raving and sleeping around with girls is normal. This is a bad thing in our religion. But when I speak to them, I don't say to you, oh yeah, junkie, listen, I want to tell you about Islam. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, I don't deal with them in that way. So what I'm trying to say to you is that, look, the average Muslim, yes, they believe in God, they believe in praying, they believe in not having sex before marriage, they believe that all this like transgenderism is wrong. Yeah? Now, we can prove to the average non-Muslims, yes, we can prove to non-Muslims from the Quran and Sunnah why suicide and bombing is wrong and stuff. Why? Because the Prophet never killed women, children, cut down trees, hurt animals in warfare and these things, yeah? Also, we can show them based upon text why this is right and wrong. Like the guy in LBC, yes, he doesn't believe in none of that stuff. Like the only thing he thinks is wrong is rape and murder. So no Muslim listens to him. So it might be pleasing to you hearing him.
I'm not saying it's pleasing.
Not to you, not to you.
I'm saying to, because I'm quite conservative in my views.
Yes.
Well, can I just cut in there? Did he actually say that himself?
Who?
That he doesn't believe in some of the things he's just said.
Yeah, he doesn't. The Islamic laws in the Muslim, like for example, like in Islamic law, we believe in Islamic country. And let me do it in context. I'm not talking about establishing it here. Like I said to you, the Prophet's call to non-Muslims or his dawah was never to put Islamic state over people. He called people to worship in God alone, not men, not him, not rocks, not statues. So therefore, for example, in an Islamic country, a Muslim country, yes, we have something called zakat. You know what zakat is, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So basically, everyone gives 2.5, yeah, of their yearly income into the poor. So if there's a poor person, this is what it's supposed to be. Muslim countries should be doing this, yes? Okay, but they're not perfect, as you know, yes? So in a Muslim country that's practicing Islam and practicing zakat, yeah? Some countries do it, some don't, yeah? It doesn't mean in non-Muslim countries, it just means that they have an error in that part. In a Muslim country where they're practicing properly, everyone will give zakat, and the poor people who don't have money for food and stuff, they will be fed and clothed and this, that, and the other and so forth. So in an Islamic country where you have zakat and it's functioning, yeah, if a person breaks into your house, yeah, not for food or for clothing or this, that, and the other, he breaks into your house, yeah, to steal your, like, I don't even want to say TV because most of the stuff on TV is rubbish anyway, haram. But say he broke in and took your inheritance or something, a jewellery that was sentimental from your mum or something, yeah, and he stole from your house and it was over a certain amount of money, yeah, if that person did it, his hand would get chopped off. Not the reason why they want to keep on chopping off people's hands in Islam, to let you know that if you're really starving for food and for clothing and stuff, you can go and get that from zakat. But if you just want dunya, money, and stuff like that, there's a serious punishment for thieving.
Can I say something you're saying?
Yeah.
One of the people say, what don't I agree with Islam? Because there are a lot of things I agree with. Like, I'm not a pacifist. Sikhs are not pacifists. We agree, in one God. We agree in praying. We agree to giving charity. But the one thing I can never abide by is the Sharia law.
No problem.
I'm in my personal opinion, I don't even agree with the death penalty for murder.
Okay, but
so
you know what?
For me, I can't kind of like get my head around the punishments in Sharia.
Okay, I want to tell you this.
I'm anti-capital punishment.
Okay, I want to tell you this. You know why in this country, yeah, I grew up in this country, yeah, I came to the conclusion Islam was the truth in jail, yeah? Look, and I'm not trying to bring Sharia to this country.
Yeah, I know.
I don't believe that, my call is not to bring Sharia to this country. And I don't believe you can force a Sharia over people that don't believe in it.
Is that not incumbent on you as a Muslim to try and force it on
No, no. What's incumbent on us? No, I'm telling you what.
Salafis don't go into politics.
No, we don't get into politics. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it's not incumbent on us. Just because you force a Sharia over people, yes, and you say to them the punishment, it doesn't mean that the people have to want it. For example, the way that we had got Islamic states in the Muslim world was not from calling to Sharia first. The Prophet went around to people because they were idol worshippers and told them to stop worshipping men, stop worshipping statues, stop worshipping women. This is what they were steeped into. And what happened is that he spent like 13 years calling the people to not believe in good luck charms and zodiac signs and all this. You pray to God alone. I know you might not be a believer, but I'm just explaining to you the process. So if we call it Tawheed, yes? So basically, he went to a group of people, they already believed in Allah, yeah? But what is that they used to worship things alongside with Allah, whether it be angels, whether it be human beings, whether it be saints or whatever. So the Prophet used to come to them, they weren't atheists, he came to them and he was telling them, don't worship this righteous man, don't worship this idol, this, that and the other. And he kept on doing this like for 30 years and 30 years. Slowly, people came away from worshipping idols, stones, good luck charms and all this stuff. And then what happened is that basically, the Muslims, basically they grew more. It wasn't until after, first years in Mecca, 13 years he was calling to Tawheed. The next 10 years in Medina,
Tawheed is spreading the message.
Yeah, Tawheed, yes. No, worshipping Allah alone.
Worshipping one God.
Dawah is spreading the message. So what happened? So for the first 13 years he was calling to Tawheed, to single Allah out for worship, yes? They already believed in Allah, but they were worshipping others alongside Allah. Then when it went to, because they got chucked out. At first they got chucked out of Mecca because the majority of people, they were idol worshippers.
يا ديمة خير وعطاء ويمام نقاء وسخاء يا نجما شع فأبهجنا يا شعلة نور وضاء يا ديمة خير وعطاء ويمام نقاء